up, Kyle?
What's up, Jameson? One sec, let me fix my sound here.
Oh, good.
Okay.
How you going?
Good, man. Just woke up, so kind of
Cool.
tired. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Saturday morning, very chill here. Got a nice
Nice.
warm up in. I see
Hell yeah.
Andreas popping in here. Hey, stranger, how's it going?
It's going well. How you doing?
Doing great. It's good to see your face.
Thank you. You as well.
Thanks. Do you know Kyle? You guys met?
Did we meet in class, Kyle?
I think so. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can't hear you
Oh,
Oh.
as usual.
Same audio problems. Okay. Well, let's jump into doing some stuff. I know Kyle has some like composition stuff that we were gonna look at today. And then Andrea, just I want to just know what you're up to.
Okay.
So let's do that. Kyle, I listed all of your thing. Do you have it like written out at all?
yeah. I made like a rough, uh, I guess, kind of a lead sheet.
Yeah. Can you send it to me?
Sure.
Cool. And then, yeah, I'm just curious, like where you're at with it. Like, how are you feeling with that composition?
Um, feel okay. It was um like when I made it, it was just kind of like I got this synthesizer, so I was just messing around
Hmm.
and found like a sound that I liked, and then I guess just tried to like follow that.
Hmm.
So I don't know like how uh either complete or like attached I am to any of it. I think it kind of had a cool vibe with the sounds that I was getting,
Totally.
but actually like writing the chart out and and looking at some of the stuff that's going on, I'm just kind of like questioning some things. Like I noticed like on like the last note of like the whole, I guess, like chorusy section,
Hmm.
like it's like a there's like a minor ninth interval between the bass and the melody note, and I was like, oh, that's so weird that it didn't sound like really bad, like,
Mm.
but yeah, I don't know. Let me render this out and send it to you. But I feel okay about it. I think it's cool for being like whatever, like a 45 minute um just random kind of throwing things at the wall situation. I think it has like a lot of potential maybe to um blossom or mature into something that's cool. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, totally. What do you want it to blossom or mature into?
Just like a flexible tune that people want to play.
A flexible tune that people want to play. So flexible and people want to play it. So
Yeah,
like, do you think it's there?
I think it's in the right direction. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, here we go. PDF. Yeah, I think it's going in the right direction. I need to outline some chord changes because as of now I don't have that at all. I just have like the bass part written somewhat and this melody part. And part of me like thinks that that's actually kind of cool that there's no harmony written, because I guess if you give it to like an experienced enough player, like you kind of let them decide,
Right.
which would be super cool. But I don't know anybody like that experienced like over here. So,
Right. So do you have an idea of who you would give it to?
yeah, like I would try to give it to like Dave Devine, who plays guitar.
Hmm.
Uh, he helped me in school a lot, and it's just an awesome guitar player and a really cool like I guess thinker. he like opened my mind up to a lot of like concepts of how to approach or think about music. And yeah, he's just a super inspiring guy. So that's someone who I like, the first person I thought of giving it to.
So you want to like play it with him?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, okay, cool. So like, does he like lives in your town and stuff?
He lives in Denver.
Okay, so you're gonna like fly back to Denver and play it with him, or what? What's your plan?
I have no idea, man. I probably won't see him for a long time. Like, it's not like he was like, it's kind of like a teacher student relationship too. Like, I don't know, like that I could just like hit him up and be like, hey man, like, do you want to play this?
Yeah, you're right. I would never play with any of my students.
Yeah. Oh, really?
No, that's ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
That's absurd. He'd probably love to play with you. Well, okay, so what I'm trying to get at is like, yeah, like what do you think it needs to be ready? Or is it ready right now? Like you could put it on the bandstand and play it with somebody.
I think that would be like the where it's at in terms of like needing to workshop it, because I can only get so far. I feel like just through these like MIDI instruments and seeing like what the vibe is like. Again, because it was done with the synthesizer, it's like got a specific sound, so I don't know if that would translate over into like a band or certain instrumentation. So yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know if can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm all over the
like
place.
what do you need to do to for this to be done, basically?
Workshop it, add some chord
What do you
changes.
mean workshop it?
Like figure out like if um the choices for like the melody notes or the bass notes are, I don't want to say correct, but like the vibe that is cohesive through the whole thing.
Ah,
Um, and yeah, again, I think the chord changes like would help just to have an outline of an idea of some harmonic movement. But
mm-hmm.
and then yeah, I think honestly, I would probably call it good. Depending on the instrumentation, I think it'd be cool to get like maybe some horn melodies in or horn harmonies in the melody. That would be cool, but I don't know if I hear a horn section yet. So that's kind of what I mean by like workshop it. Like I need to like get it in front of a group of musicians and like see uh you know what what's happening, so I can kind of like adjust it to like uh fit the vibe with the instrumentation.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And so, um, how would you know if the vibe was cohesive throughout? You said you wanted to make sure like the melody and everything fit the vibe so it's cohesive throughout.
um I guess by cohesive I mean like no like um strange sections that like didn't feel quite right about like carrying over some energy.
Mm-hmm.
um um yeah, I guess just no like crazy stark contrasts that like don't belong. Like I really like sudden switch ups in vibes and moods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think like the reasoning behind those situations working is like uh really strong and put together like set of chord changes usually that like fit some melodic line where like the melody maybe like modulates to a different key or something, or is like um has more like non-chord tones, or more chromatic movement in it, and then like the harmony shifts to accommodate for that, I guess.
Oh, so the thing that makes the surprise section work is the harmony?
I think so. I tend to think so, but maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. But I think it's probably a combination of the harmony and melody. But like I guess what I'm trying to say is like if the melody goes um more chromatic, like not necessarily like half steps, but just like outside of whatever key that has been like I guess like set up throughout the rest of the song, like the chord changes really help can bring like a new life to those chromatic movements and make it feel either really bad or really cool and interesting and like dreamy or something, you know.
Hmm.
So
Makes sense. Cool. All right. Well, I think we should listen to it. So it sounds like the main things that you're trying to figure out are I want to make sure the vibe is cohesive throughout and that there's not any sections that don't not fit, right? And then we need to like figure out the harmony. Like, what chords are these? I just kind of have a bass and a melody. Like, do these chords make sense? And then eventually like the instrumentation and you're like, I'm not really hearing the horn melodies. I don't know how the harmonies go yet. I need to figure out what that's even going to be like. You don't even have a vision for that yet. Is that
yeah,
all right? Okay.
yeah.
Let's go ahead and listen to it. And I just want to say welcome to Tom. I see Tom sneaking in, but he's hiding from everybody. His camera's off, his microphone's off. So just know that we want to see your face. And then I'm going to have everybody like introduce themselves briefly after we dig into a little of this composition. So Tom, turn on your camera. All right. So I got your recording here. Let's find it. Just had it. When did you write this song, Kyle?
Um Sunday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it's super fresh.
Yeah.
All right. So let me get this open. Better open it in the right thing. Loading. Okay. Here we go. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear this once it starts. Cool.
think it's in the C section. I just
Oh, okay.
have the melody there.
Right, right. I see. What's happening here? Is there like a solo here or something?
That could be cool. Yeah, I don't really see like arrangement wise too. I don't really have any ideas yet.
Okay. And we're back up here. This is kind of like the beginning vibe again.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
was
it's
thinking like
this.
yeah, exactly. And it just fades out basically.
Okay, cool. I love this. It's got such a vibe already, which is super, super cool. So let's go back to like the things that you told me I needed. The vibe cohesive throughout. Do you feel like the vibe is cohesive throughout?
Yeah, I think so. Especially like just again, just with the instrumentation and everything, it seems to have kind of moody vibe, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's cohesive so far. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I agree. I think it definitely has like a consistent vibe throughout, almost to the edge of being too consistent.
Yeah, it's needs some like variation, I feel like too.
Yeah. So because what you heard what I was asking while we were listening to it is like, what's going on here? It's like, oh, is there a solo here? Like the peaks and valleys of it, I think is like the next part to get clear on. And
Yeah.
then as far as like the outline of harmonic movement, do you know kind of like if I went through, could you be like, this is this chord, this is this chord?
Yeah, so like the bass seems to be like doing like some like E flat minor 9, I guess. It's like a maybe like a Dorian sound or something.
Okay. So let's listen to your track a little bit and I'm gonna play a bunch of E flat minor 9 vibe and we'll see if it feels right. Okay, so Tom's driving. Well, we can see you drive. I'm just teasing. I just see it. Be safe. All right. So, like, let's listen to this. So, oh, there he is. What's up, Tom? Good to see you.
I called you bluff.
Gotcha. Okay, so what you're saying is like this vibe, right? Is that the kind of vibe you're hearing?
I think it kind of fits. I was just saying that because of the bass notes there. It's just like
Yeah.
the root 7 and 9 of that. So I mean it even could be maybe like dominant or something. Or maybe it could be like some kind of C minor business with like some inversion. I don't know. There's so many
Totally,
options.
totally. So there's two things that kind of tell us what the harmony is going to be. One is the bass line, and the other is the.
Melody, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what about this melody? What is that kind of telling us? Like this first note, B flat. What is that?
In the case if it were to be like the E minor stuff, it'd be the 5, or E flat minor would be the 5th.
Yep. And then what about this C?
The 6th, but like I guess from a Dorian sound, or maybe even like harmonic, or I mean a melodic minor.
Yeah, it's a natural 6. We also call that like the 13th, right?
Yeah.
Good, good. And then this F up here?
That's the 9.
Okay, cool. And then if I keep going through the melody, so all the same notes except for this, which is that D flat. What does that
Yeah.
give us?
The flat 7.
Okay, the flat 7. And then that gives us the root, and then the root again. Okay, cool. So we have these notes. We have B flat, C, D flat, E, F. Now, the notes we don't have is like a third of some sort and a 4th or 11th of some sort, right? So those could be ambiguous, right? So we could, what you were saying before is some sort of like minor, right? Or it could be, if we have a flat 7, it could be dominant, like you said, right? Which, I don't know, let's listen to it with that. So you're laughing, so which tells you.
I mean, maybe it could work at some point,
Right?
It's just cool to hear different sounds, I guess.
Yeah, what else could it be? So we did minor, we did dominant. What else could it be? What kind of chord could go under that?
Still within E flat, or
With all the melody notes that we have.
it could be some kind of B flat minor.
Yes. So it would be B flat minor over E flat though,
Right.
right?
Okay, so yeah, so still over E flat. Okay, so
Yeah.
From the E flat perspective, what else could it be? So we have the 1, 2, not a third, or 4th, 5th, 6th, and flat 7. Yeah, C minor over E flat.
Ooh. That'd be really interesting. Yeah, so that's kind of a dominant sound. It's one note away from a dominant sound, right? But that is a different color for sure. So let's hear what that sounds like with the track here. Which one do you prefer so far, what we've done?
I think the E flat minor-ish 5, but that was kind of interesting. It made me think of like that's like a step up to, not like in terms of like whole steps and half steps, but like a step towards something changing. Like it had a different it had like some kind of like pull to it that it wanted to resolve somewhere else, or set
Right.
up some kind of different. Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels like it's not resolved, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
probably because it's like a slash chord, right? That makes a lot of sense. The other chord that I was thinking that will actually have a lot of that feeling to it, that fits with the notes that you have, is E flat 7 sus, right? So it's gonna have that unresolved feeling still. And I can even put the 13, right? Right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that one?
I think that sounds pretty cool too.
Okay, so I'll give you one more too. Like you said you really like the minor, but there's different kinds of minors, right? So what are a couple different versions of E flat minor that I can play? Just list off a couple.
Aeolian.
Can you make them chords?
Oh, sure, man. Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah. Uh, so like E flat minor 7.
So E flat minor 7. Okay, that sounds like this. All right, now give me another one.
E flat minor 11.
E flat minor 11. Ooh, okay. Right, it sounds like that, or it sounds like this. Right.
E flat minor 6.
E flat minor 6. Ooh, interesting. Right, okay, what else?
I'm running out of E flat minor chords. E flat minor, just a triad.
E flat minor. Like I'm Beethoven.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, any others?
I was gonna say minor major 7, but we already have flat 7.
Woo! Okay, yes, good. Just to go through all the options, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I think you got all of them. You could also do E flat minor flat 6 if you wanted. That's an option. So that's like this vibe.
Yeah, so like the Aeolian kind of.
That is the
sound.
Aeolian kind of vibe. Yeah. Now with that, so I'm just gonna play a couple of those. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is how you should be figuring out what chords you want. Because you gotta kind of test them, right?
Yeah.
Right? So now that Aeolian is pretty gnarly because we have the 5th in the melody somewhere. And then I was playing the flat 6th, right? So the 5th. And then I was playing this note, which is pretty gnarly. Okay, and you said before we can't really do major 7 because we have the flat 7 in the melody, would make that sound, right? Also, why we could technically do the 6th, but it might be kind of gnarly because with that flat 7, it makes a minor 9th. You following me? I'm going fast. Okay, cool. And then here, let me play a couple more. So here's minor 11.
I like that sound.
That's the one?
I like that sound.
Yeah. Cool. Honestly, to me, my ear, this sounds like a minor 11 kind of vibe. Da, 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 da. And it's that 13 sounds nice of it. Right?
Yeah.
You hear that? Okay, cool. So already that also can tell us something about what we're gonna do for if we're gonna do horn harmony. Right? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that sounds sick.
Okay, so we'll talk about what we're gonna do there, but let's just go through some more of these and see if we can figure out what chords they are, okay?
Sure.
We're gonna go faster on the other ones with motion. I think your intuition will tell you what they are pretty quickly. Okay, so E flat minor 11 up there. Now in this section, let's just listen to it for a second. I love that note.
See?
Spicy.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, good. Let's go through each one of these and see what chord your intuition tells you. Okay. So this
Sure.
first one.
Some kind of B flat with a 9th. I don't know, probably B flat minor 9.
Okay, B flat minor 9. Let's see if I can write these cleanly. Okay, B flat minor 9. All right, what next?
Let's see, A flat. Also a minor 9.
A flat minor 9. Okay.
Oh wait, no, because there's a C natural, so it'd be
Yeah, that's not gonna work, is it?
yeah. I just see the 9th, so I don't know. We could say just like A flat, maybe A flat major. 7.
A5
I
major
always
7.
just say the 9 because the 9 tends to be in the melody for some reason. But
Hmm.
we can just leave it at 7. I think that should be chill, right?
Cool.
Same thing for the next measure, probably B flat minor 9 or 7, whatever.
Cool.
And then a repeat, A flat. Let's see, we got a G, an E flat, and a D flat. Oh, this could be like this could be like minor 7 flat 5, maybe, you think?
G minor 7
half to
flat 5.
yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
So you got a D flat, an E flat, and a C, D flat. Oh, B flat. Oh yeah, okay. D flat major 7, I guess, for the first half of that, and then drops down to C. Yeah, that should still work, right? Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, there's 2 more bars in there, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do this again. Let me just zoom out a little bit.
Let me
There
grab
you
a
go.
pencil real quick. I can write this down too.
Okay.
Or actually, I'll do it. I'll do it in
This,
a bit.
yeah, this is a draft. This is a draft. Let's
Yeah.
do these 2, and then I'll fix the other ones. So this
Sure.
this part. What chord
Yeah.
is
So
that?
I mean, it's got to be like, because I found out about the flat 9 when I wrote this. It's like, damn, that's got to be like maybe some kind of like G7 alt chord or G
Okay.
flat altered dominant. Just because the flat 9, I don't know what else to do.
Okay. So G7 alt.
Yeah.
And for those following along at home, what exactly does G7 alt mean?
It's an altered dominant chord. It's comes from like the
What do you mean by
7th.
altered dominant?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, what do you mean? That is what it is, but what do you mean?
So it comes from like the 7th mode of melodic minor. It's a dominant chord with like a flat 9, a sharp 9, flat 5, or sharp 11. Right? Did I hit all the?
That's one version. Yeah, that's one version. Usually when people say alt, the chord that they mean is sharp 9, sharp 5.
Okay, so this would not be an altered chord then. It would just be like dominant flat 9
So what you just said is G7 flat 9.
or G flat 7. Sorry.
Oh, G flat 7 flat 9. Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
I think just
So-
because the G flat's on the bass there.
All right, cool.
I don't know.
I don't know either. We're gonna
Yeah.
find out. And then what about
Yeah.
on this one?
All I see is what even is that? An F. Up in the air, man. F, and then I don't know. Let's call it for fun. Let's call it an F major. F major 7.
F
See what
major
happens.
7. Okay, cool. Let's remember these chords real quick. B flat minor
B
9.
flat minor 9.
And
A
then you
flat,
major 7?
Yep.
Okay, and then what?
B,
Oh, B flat minor 9.
Yep.
I'm writing this with such great handwriting. And then same thing.
Yep. This
Oh.
was G. I think this was G major 7. I can't remember.
G major
Oh.
7. Okay, and then the next one?
Oh no, that was G half diminished. Sorry.
Ah, that's right. Half diminished 7. And then what's the next one?
That one was D flat major 7.
Okay, let's go to your song, and then I'm going to do my very best to play along in time.
Godspeed, man.
Oh wait, that's the weird one, and then so let's go again.
Whoa.
Okay, so first listen. How do you feel besides, wow, Jameson's an amazing pianist?
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, actually, that was applause, man. That was really good. I really liked the G half diminished to D flat major 7 sound. I thought that sounded great. Not sure about the dominant flat 9, and also I'd probably change the F major 7 quality. Probably
Okay.
looking at it now that I see it goes back to B flat, probably be a dominant 7. But
Okay.
um
Interesting.
and yeah, I thought the B flat A flat stuff, like it sounded like pleasant, but I don't know if it was like the absolute like um core of that. But I think it works. Like I could use that and just drill down and try to get more specific with the sounds, or maybe
Uh,
find some other like root movement for some of that. But I think it sounded like nice, but I don't know if it was like it.
Gotcha. Cool. So we're really close on all this stuff. Oops, I just deleted it. But we're really close on all the top stuff, and but not sure about the ending. Okay. Let me play it again, and I'm gonna just kind of sing it, and then and play the chords so you can hear them a little better. So
Sure.
da do da do dee da 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 do dee da dee da 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 do da do da do da da do da da do. This is a weird one. Ba-da. Well, it kind of works. Ba-da. And then you did. Okay. So let's address these two. Ba. We're going. How do you feel about it?
I mean, like it kind of works, and I don't know how long like the tension needs to be held out there, like for the G flat and the bass and the G natural up top. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. I kind of feel like indifferent about it. I was just thinking like since I know that that's a chord, like a dominant with a flat 9, I was like, oh, maybe that's just an option I can like throw on it. I don't know what other options I could have like um with that, or like without changing the melody note.
Yeah. And I actually love the melody note. Like,
Yeah, same.
that is so sick. And it's also kind of, it makes sense in the style that you've set up here, which is kind of like, I don't know. To me, I know you listen to Nate Wood a lot, so this feels like a very knee body ish, like
Yeah.
proggy with like crazy harmony kind of vibe. So it really fits in that. So I think we should keep the melody, especially if you like it.
Yeah.
And then I want to show you a couple ways to think about handling this last part, okay?
Okay.
Because there's a couple of different options. There's first you can think of like, what color do I want, right? Which is what we were doing before, is basically like, okay, that's the melody, that's the bass note, here's all the different versions of minor, right? The other thing you can do is think about, where is it going? What's the function of this chord? Like, what is it doing? Where is it leading to? What comes before it and after it,
Mhm.
right? So let's just figure that out real quick. So what key would you say that this whole thing is, if we had to give it a key, if I forced you to?
I guess E flat
E
Dorian.
flat, E flat Dorian. Okay, so let's listen to it real quick, and I'm gonna play E flat, and just tell me if that sounds like the home note, just to make sure.
Sure.
So I love how my scribbles are on top of this. Let's see if we can get it to the. Okay, here's E flat.
Probably B flat, actually.
That's B flat. Does that sound like the home note? Duh.
That actually kind of, I don't know. It sounds, man, I have a hard time with this. I've been trying to work on like hearing a note as a chord degree.
Hmm.
Um, when you played that B flat, I heard it as like, I want to say a minor third, but I don't know. Like, because that would make G home, and I don't think that G would be home. Maybe it would, but I
How do
don't
you
think so.
know if a note is the home note?
That's a good question too. I don't know. I guess like trying to figure out from the melody, I guess. I don't know, right?
Yeah, but
But
what
like what
from the
makes it
melody?
anchors down? Um I don't know. That's
Can I throw something out there?
yeah.
It's less of a no, it's more of a feel. Yeah, it should feel like the home note. It's not necessarily like, hey, I figured out the
Definitive.
math of this is the home note. I mean, we could do
Right.
that if you want to be like Bach or something like that.
Nah.
But I don't really think this is very Bach. I think this is pretty Mulqueen.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. Like, I'm gonna play a couple notes and you tell me like which one feels like it. So
All right.
just tell me which ones to play. Just like guesses. Like, let's start with E flat. All right, and then now here's B flat. What other notes could it be?
Could be A flat. Could be C. No, it's not C. Maybe even F. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, let's just kind of rank a couple of those. Like, I guess like so there was a couple notes you said. You said B flat, you said E flat, we said C, we said F. Did any of those feel like, nah, that's definitely not it?
To me, C.
C is definitely not it. Okay, which one felt like maybe closer?
I want to say B flat, but that could also be because like there's two B flat chords there.
Totally. There's also
So
two A flat chords, aren't there?
yeah, and the A flat didn't really um feel like it to me. It didn't sound like crazy bad, but it didn't feel like the home.
Okay, there you go. So B flat feels closer, and then did any of the other notes feel close?
Towards the end, F did, but we were in a different section with different bass movements, so I don't know how it would
Yeah.
affect that.
Let's listen to the F again, but I also agree with you that the F felt closer. Okay. So what's interesting about that is you said that B flat and F felt the closest, right?
Hmm.
So how are those two notes related to each other?
Just one over on the circle of fifths.
Exactly. So F is the 5 of B flat. Right? And you even have F B flat, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it starts on B flat, which a lot of chord progressions start on their home note. Right? And then they go to their 5. Right?
Yeah.
So to me, this is like straight up B flat minor. Like
B
it
flat
just,
minor.
there's no way it's not. But what's cool is you have these cool. You have those major sixths, those major 13ths in there, which adds so much color. It's giving you this kind of scale, right? So, ooh, that's beautiful,
Yeah.
right? Okay, cool. So now what we have is we're in the key of B flat minor, and to me, this is what a freaking home note feels like, right? And you knew it. You just didn't trust it. That's a secret to music. You just got to trust your instincts. Because why are we writing this song?
Right.
Because you want to, and you like it, and you want to make something you like. So why don't you just trust what you like, right? So we got. Right? maybe that's a piano part later. So now we have that. Let's go through this real quick and just think of this in the key of B flat minor and just figure out what the function of all this stuff is so that we kind of know the path we're going through. And then that'll tell us a little bit more about what's going on with this G flat down here, okay? So, yeah, so B flat minor in the key of B flat minor, what chord is that?
A 1.
Hey, A plus, right? All right, I guess I should write it 1 minor. Okay, and then A flat 7, A flat major 7. What is
That's
that?
the 7.
Yes, 7. That's a very cool like minor sound is to go like, you know, like you hear this in like Brian Blade music a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
And then 1 minor, same thing, 7. Okay, and then what about this G minor 7 flat 5?
So it's on the 6th degree of B flat. It's a half diminished chord. So it could be like some like secondary diminished, or I guess if you like reorganize that as some like dominant chord, but like still like G half diminished, but it shares the same notes as some kind of dominant chord. I don't know what. I'd have to think about it, but
Yeah, very good. I'll help you with that a little bit.
It'd be
You know,
A flat, right? Would it
it shares the dominant of A flat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Exactly, because like think G diminish, it goes up to A flat. It's also the same notes. If you put a E flat in the bass, then it's
There
E
we
flat
go.
7, which is the 5 of flat
A
7.
flat,
So
right.
you can think of it like that, 5 of flat 7, which tells us that we're going to go like in some sort of motion like this, where we're going to go like, right? You know, something like that. So we'll put that real quick, just because we're very smart. Okay, and I really should put a flat here, flat, flat. Okay, cool. And then what about that D flat major 7?
It's the 3.
It's a 3, yeah. Very good. Okay, cool. And then now, this dang old G flat 7 flat 9. What is that?
Flat 6 dominant. Could be like leading to C flat, right? But
Okay, so it's leading to C flat. Ooh, hold on, let me just play that real quick. So,
that's a tritone away from F7. It could be like a tritone sub.
Oh.
Or
aha, okay. So tritone sub then. Now this is making sense, right?
That's so weird.
So what? Real quick, what is F7?
F7 is the 5.
It's the 5. Yes. So it really is just this chord. This is leading to the 5, which is leading back to 1. Okay. So just knowing that, that's going to give us some different thoughts about all of these chords, actually. So now we know that 5 goes to 1, right? Okay, here's the thing. There's a reason that F7 sounds so dang weird to you. Do you know what it is?
Is it the root movement? No.
No, because 5-1 is pretty dang normal.
Right. Maybe it's something in the melody.
Okay, what's in the melody?
At the F7 part or at the B flat 7?
At the F7 part.
I guess technically it would still be like that G. Oh, and maybe a little bit of the A flat, like from
Yeah.
the previous measure.
Really, we be hearing that G.
Yeah. Okay.
That A flat is kind of just a, it's kind of just like a passing note, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So really we're hearing that G still in our heads, even though you don't have it written there.
Right.
So I played a certain kind of F7. F7 with a G on top is what?
F9.
F9, exactly. Now, why does F9 to B flat minor sound so dang weird?
Is it the G? The G has nowhere to go, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, so there's different kind of dominant chords, right? Like you named some of them earlier. So this is like F9. What's another kind of dominant chord? F,
F E like F7 sus or
F7 sus, which sounds like this. Okay, what's another kind of dominant chord? Well, here's F7 sus to B flat minor. That's kind of cool. All right, and then what's another one?
F altered.
F alt. Which again, what is that?
So you said sharp 9, sharp 5.
Yeah, that's really, if you put that on a lead sheet, that's what the piano player will play.
Okay.
Okay. Any others?
Yeah, dominant 13.
Okay, so dominant 13, which has a ninth and a 13th, usually an 11th of some sort. Do you know what kind of 11th usually?
Probably the sharp 11, right?
Right, yep, so it's this chord. So we have this going on, we got, right? So let me ask you this. What kind of dominant chord usually goes to a minor?
Oh, it's like from minor 2 5 1s. Yeah, like a dominant flat 9, or is it altered dominant? It's some kind of like, I'm not gonna say altered dominant meaning like the sharp 9, sharp 5, but maybe it is. Damn it. Wait, I got a book here.
No books. Oh my gosh.
All
Just
right,
listen.
so it's
Just listen. Tell me
minor
which one.
2 5.
Minor 2-5. Okay. So
So it's a half diminished chord to
two.
what is the flavor of dominant? I don't know off the top of my head. It's some kind of dominant with some alterations. I don't know if
It's
that's like
it literally is just that. It's some alterations.
okay, so it could
Because
be any.
yeah, so because think about it. F7 with a natural 9. That's G, which is the 13 of B flat, which sounds very major. You see what I mean? It doesn't sound minor. It sounds major. Now, if I go flat 9, that's G flat, which is what in B flat minor?
The flat 6.
The flat 6, which sounds more minor. You hear that?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Okay, and then what about if I do sharp 9? So that's this note. What's the sharp 9 of F7?
It'd be G sharp or A flat.
It'd be G sharp or A flat, yeah. And so what is G sharp or A flat in B flat minor?
It'd be the flat 7 or sharp 6.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
in this case, probably flat 7.
Which sounds a lot more minor than the sixth. The sixth is kind of like a fancy note. That's why that F7 felt so weird, is because we were like really major and then going to minor, right? So it just feels awkward. Now, here's the thing. We have a conundrum. Because there's a G in the melody. We have to have F7. We have to have a ninth. How can we make it sound more minor? Write a different song?
I choose not to, yeah.
I'm just joking. How can we make it sound more minor?
Changing the I don't know. Changing the quality of the dominant.
Yes, exactly. Change the quality of the dominant. Now, change what about it? I have to have F7. I have to have a natural ninth. What else can I change?
The bass note, maybe?
I could change the bass note. Okay. What do you want to change the bass note to? That would make it sound more minor.
I don't know. I don't know like what my options could be. Could you point me in the right direction, like so I could throw a dart?
Okay, what did you say earlier when I did the flat 6 to 5?
It was like the G flat is the flat 6 of B flat, right?
Yeah, and then you said a type of chord progression, which is a
minor 2-5-1.
Okay, and then what happens when you like switch something out in the minor 2-5-1?
You alter the dominant chord in some way. So I guess this could be like F7 flat 9. Is that what you're trying to say?
But we have a natural 9. It can't be flat 9.
Shit, you're right.
Yeah. So no. You said something earlier. When I did this, I went like this. And you said it's a something. I'm trying to do the
F7 sus? Was that one? I don't know. Oh, minor 2-5-1.
No, it starts with try.
Oh, a tritone sub. Oh man.
A tritone sub. There you go. So then
Thank you.
what? How can we were talking about F7 and we want a different bass note. What happens if we
Oh.
tritone sub it?
Yeah, B.
Okay, so maybe, so that's one option. So let me just put that in context. And then here's the tritone sub. How do you feel about that?
I think it's okay.
It's okay. Okay, what other options do we have?
For a tritone sub, right, of the F7?
Well, there's only one tritone sub of F7.
Right.
So what else could we switch out in that F7 to make it sound more minor?
A sharp 9?
We can't do sharp 9 because we got a natural 9.
God dang it.
You wrote the melody, dude.
I know, man.
Okay, you're on the right track. We can't switch out the 9. What can we switch out? What other notes are in the chord?
Are in the B flat or the B chord?
The F7.
You got the A.
Yes. The third.
Yeah, the third. C is the fifth.
Okay.
D natural is the 13th. E flat's the flat 7. The D.
Okay,
I
the
don't
D.
know. Oh,
D is
because
the
yeah, it's the
13th.
major third of B flat major, right? And we're trying
Yeah,
to go to
that
B flat minor.
sounds darn weird, doesn't it?
Right. I see.
Okay, so how can we change the 13th to make it more minor?
Could you just like enharmonically say it's like F7 like sharp 5?
F7 sharp 5. Yeah. Because that has D flat, which is what in B flat minor?
The third.
Yeah, so it sounds a lot more minor if you go for that
Yeah.
sharp 5. You see what I
Crazy.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Damn,
that would,
Yeah, go ahead,
that
sorry.
would be my instinct there, right? So we got, to put it in context, I need to find that note. Da, da, do, da, do, da, do, do, da, do, da, do, da, do, do, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, do, ah. And then,
Yeah. Yeah.
see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. What's really cool about all that crap that I just did is that was just from things that you wrote. Like all the information was there. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
All we did is just like, we were like, oh, it's minor. And we could tell it was minor because you wrote something that was minor. You just used your intuition and it was something that was minor. And then all we had to do was work a little backwards to make the chords fit. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about this chord real quick. Honestly, dude, that flat 9 chord, I'm just gonna tell you this part.
Sure.
I won't make you work so hard for it. All right, so usually when flat 6 goes to 5, like a tritone sub vibe, we want it to be some sort of major 9, and it has to do with what we were just doing, which, right? It has to do with like the chords that are in the minor key, right? So usually we want it to be like G flat 7 or like G flat 9, which sounds the most natural. And then the reason it sounds so weird is because you have those 2 in there, right? So honestly, the way that I would treat this is I would treat it like a flat 9 chord, but I would just, when you write it, like if you have horns or something, I would voice them a third apart and then make them move in parallel. So it would sound like this. It's going to strengthen it. It's going to go like, dude, right? So they're going to go, which makes that dissonant interval sound less dissonant because I have a third below. I'm doing E flat right here.
Okay.
You know, it makes it sound less dissonant, so it kind of masks it actually. So that would make it like G flat 13 flat 9. And then I would just tell the piano player or the guitar player or whatever, I would just write this voicing in their part and maybe write like G flat, like write the first chord, G flat 9, G flat 7 flat 9. You see what I mean?
Yeah. So over each of those notes.
Exactly. So it would just be like, that's just your voice leading. You're just going like.
That
Got
almost
me?
sounds like what's that song? We Live in Brooklyn, right?
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, cool.
Yeah. So it totally works. It's a great sound. Other thing that you could do is, this is my first instinct, was to make this. This is a chord that all the cool kids like, which is major 7 flat 9.
Yeah, where's this coming from? I've been hearing about this more recently.
Jazz school people who like to be fancy. You know, so that one, it just has to do with like if you stack thirds, right? So you have root third, fifth, seventh, major ninth, sharp 11, 13, and then if you go another third up from that, right? Like all of those go major third, minor third, major third, minor third, major third, minor third, and then if I continue the pattern and go major third, then it gets me that fancy note.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
like I just got like that Lydian chromatic concept book, that George Russell stuff,
Yeah.
and he's just talking about stacking fifths basically, but that's a kind of cool thing. Yeah, just alternating the quality of thirds and stacking them. That's badass.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think you get that chord eventually if you stack fifths too. So if you go something like this, let's see if I can find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same concept.
Yeah. Cool. Wow.
Now here's the thing. In this context, that chord, like, did you hear how beefy that chord had to be in order for that note to make sense? Right? I had to play this. I had to play literally 8 notes to make that chord sound. If I just play like the normal voicing that people would play, it's pretty, like it still works, and honestly that's probably how people would play it, but you would just have to know that you're going for a really like dense sound. And to me it sounds like really this is a flat 9 sound and you just made a little voice leading that goes towards it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so cool. So you got those chords. And then let's just real quickly go through some of these. Here, let's listen to this real quick. I think we can do this one faster now that we've done all that. Here, I'm gonna solo over those chords we just made up.
Cool. Hell yeah.
And then, so those chords work if you solo them. Now we have this. See if you can tell me what chords you want. Over the G flat, what do you want?
D flat major.
G flat major?
Yeah.
So let's see how that sounds. Then what's next?
We got E flat. Why not E flat major?
So we got. Okay, and then what next?
So we got a D flat and an F and an E flat. We could just do all major chords. D flat major.
Cool, and then what next?
A flat and a D flat. And a B flat. Oh, this could be like a flat sus of some kind, like A flat 7 sus or something.
Okay. And then?
Um, G flat and E flat. Uh, we could try. I don't know. Let's do G7 sharp 5, man, or G flat
Whoa.
7 sharp 5.
But it's got
I
an E
know.
in the melody, which is
Oh,
gonna
with the
clash with the
right,
sharp 5.
right. Okay. Let's just do G flat minor then.
I should write these down. G flat minor.
I gotta write them down too. Let me grab a pencil. Sorry, one sec. Is this recorded, by the way?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the group.
Oh, okay. Right on. I'll just go back and.
G flat major 7, and then we did E flat major here. And then we did D flat sus? No, we just did D flat major.
Yeah, and then A flat sus.
And then A flat sus. And then G flat minor, and then what next?
Let's see. We got A flat, B flat, and an F. So I don't know. Let's stick with the major vibe. A flat major.
Okay, and then the last one?
E flat. Um, pretty E flat. E flat. Let's go E flat minor, I guess. Try and change it. See what happens.
And then the last one?
It's a B flat. I don't know. Let's try. I'm just throwing darts here. Let's just do B flat 7.
All right, let's play it. Okay. So, how'd you feel about that?
There was some I really liked. I liked the E flat minor, B flat 7 at the end. I liked that D flat major, and also the G flat major 7 I liked at the beginning.
Yep.
And I was not a fan of like the second measure, the fourth, and especially that G flat minor was not the vibe at all.
So, the G flat minor really sticks out, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was the sore thumb. Yeah.
You weren't sure about this one, right?
Yeah, yeah, I don't think that really worked.
Okay,
But,
and then any others?
and the A flat at the end of the top system there, the fourth measure.
This one you were not
Yeah.
sure about. Okay, so what you just did when we were writing that, do you know how you picked all those chords?
Just the sound.
Ah, what do you mean by that?
Oh wait, you mean like when I told like when we were
Before we
coming-
listened to them.
Oh no, how I did it was I just looked at the bass note and the melody notes and tried to come up with some like chord scale that goes with that and then just see what happens.
There you go, exactly. And then, so basically you were like, okay, I'm gonna pick a color for each chord individually, right? What's the other way to pick chords?
Like functionally probably like figure out what I guess first you'd have to figure out like what key the melody is like inferring and then go through and come up with like a functional chord progression that way.
There you
probably.
go. So it's thinking instead of like vertically, it's horizontally.
Horizontal,
Okay?
right.
Exactly. Where does one chord go from to the next? Okay, great. So then, real quick, if you had to say, what key do you think this part is in?
It's probably E flat minor again, or I'm sorry, B flat.
Yeah, I would say it's still in B flat minor. It's totally, this song is in B flat minor to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay, cool. So then let's just go through these real quick and figure out why those chords sound weird. So this G flat major 7, what is that in B flat minor?
That's the flat 6.
Okay, cool. So that makes sense in B flat minor. And then what about E flat major 7?
That's the 4.
It's a major 4.
Yeah, so it's like some modal interchangey kind of stuff happening.
Yeah, right? So you're kind of going out of B flat minor. That's probably why it started to like, it just struck a chord, pun intended.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then what about D flat major 7? What is that?
That's a 3.
It's a 3, which totally fits.
Yep.
And then what about A flat sus?
It's a sus chord built on the flat 7.
Yep. Yep. So it's flat 7 sus. That actually makes sense in this
Yeah.
key, but that one's probably you just didn't like the function, or you didn't like the color. So all right, then the next G flat minor. What is that?
It's a flat 6.
Flat 6 minor,
Yeah.
which is like, that is some. It's like some wild color. That's like some romantic era, like. And it's also like, it's very bold when you just did the major, especially because this song is kind of vampy. So it kind of sounds like it was going back to home, and then you just like completely change it, which is an option. It is for sure an option.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this A flat major 7.
That would be the flat 7.
Okay, and you liked that one, right?
I think so. I really liked the last 2 measures for sure, like the E flat minor and B flat 7 going back to the G flat. I really like that sound. I can't remember too much about the A flat major 7 in that part, but
Okay, cool. So that's kind of interesting. So E flat minor, what is that in B flat minor?
that's the 4, the diatonic now in B flat minor.
Yeah, it's minor 4. Okay, and then B flat 7 in B flat minor. What is that?
That's the 1 dominant.
Yeah, it's 1 dominant, or it's 5 of 4, technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be one of these. So 1 dominant. To me, that's like, oh, that's interesting. That's kind of unique. So let me just play that chord progression again. All right. What do you think?
I mean, without the melody there, it sounds like pretty workable.
I think it's workable. I think your bass motion is actually so good that it kind of carried it.
Yeah.
But there's definite things that I would clean up.
Yeah.
All right. So just real quick, if we had to fix those 3 chords that you have there, like what would you change the E flat major 7 to?
Probably minor.
Yeah, because that way it just fits in the key, right?
Yeah.
So let's see if I can get the right color here. And I would probably let's just do minor, just straight up. You can figure out what kind of 7th you want later.
Yeah.
All right, and then what about the A flat sus?
Probably major, right? If I'm thinking diatonic land here.
Yeah, and you liked that major later, or it didn't bother you as much at the very least. So we can try that. Okay, and then what about the G flat minor?
Probably make it major, right?
Yeah. Okay, so anything else you want to change?
I don't think so. Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, let's check it out. So we have wait. Okay, let's see if I can remember the melody. Oh wait. So that's
Yeah,
Kinda
'cause the D
crazy.
flat. Yeah.
Yep. All right. We might need to change that.
Yeah.
Fa, da, da. And then we have. Da, dee, da, da, dee, da, da. Okay. Better?
Yeah, it's better. I think now it's just like that. Obviously that A flat major, and then to like the G flat major because of that E flat. Maybe it could be like instead of major seven, like like a 6/9 or something. I don't know, something
Mm-hmm.
that, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's definitely better.
Yeah. And I would say to me, G flat major 7 and 6/9 are like pretty much the same chord.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they act pretty much the same. So I think that's totally cool. Just because we've been going for a little while, I'm just going to tell you what my intuition is.
Sure.
We have, this is sick. And then this makes it a minor 6/9 chord, which is pretty sick, right? People love minor 4. It's minor 4 to 1 is like, it's what all the cool kids are doing, okay? So I think, so that's all cool. And then we have this. That fits really well. And then with this A flat, I might do something like that, like voice lead, or which I'm doing like A flat 7. I'm doing like, it's not like a sus 13 sus chord. It's just like a 4, right? Going down to 3, and just making a simpler voicing. It makes it sound more like B flat minor, right? You could even do B flat minor over A flat, which that sounds more like sus. And then this G flat is great. It can be any kind of major. And then that's pretty colorful to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I might do another simpler chord there, like even just a triad or like A flat 2.
Like an add to.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that means no third.
Oh, okay. So like a sus2.
Yeah, I'm going A flat, B flat, E flat.
Right. Okay.
Which that's kind of like a modern sound, which fits the vibe of what you're doing in the rest of it. And then that minor 4 you've got there is beautiful. It's, to me, it stands out to have it go to a B flat 7 with like natural extensions. I would probably go like, let that be minor 4 to 1. Right?
Yeah.
Which feels very resolute. So let me just play what I just told you. But again, you should experiment with these. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna ruin it all. Oh wait, I'm in the right spot? Oh, I am. There's that minor. Ah! Okay, I was a little confused where we were. Let's do it again. Or even major.
Yeah.
I like this open sound. Right?
Yeah.
Major. Like, that kind of vibe is really common. This dang thing is wobbling, that's why I'm so chunky with it. But, right, so. Oh, that's cool too, but. I really love that little
Yeah. That's
voice leading. you just have to make sure the melody kind of doesn't clash with that, right? Because I'm going to a C there, and then it kind of starts over again, and then I can do that voice leading again, which is just beautiful. I really like the minor 4 to 1, but minor 4 to minor, that's also cool, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you have just some really, really good stuff here. I didn't have to work that hard because you set up the whole structure. You have all this stuff in your head. You just need to like work backwards a little bit to find it. You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, this has been great. Like a workshop because I normally like figure out chords. I'll just loop apart and try different things. But I'm also like I feel limited in some of like the voicings that I'm like that I have under my hands, and also like obviously like some theoretical knowledge of like like the whole like minor 2/5 thing, or like why that F7 wasn't working because it was like leading to B flat major rather than B flat minor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was awesome. Like I just learned like so much. Thanks for like spending all this time like workshopping that, man. That's awesome.
Of course, man. Really good work. So I think the big takeaway should just remember when you're choosing chords, vertical, which is like what color do I want, or horizontal. You weren't thinking horizontal. That's really
Right.
the main one for you.
Yeah.
And then all the substitutions you can work backwards from there. It's just a matter of like working it out. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what I think you should do next for this is like decide on all of those chords. You can watch the replay and just like experiment with the ones that you're not sure about. And then I think if you're going to bring this to a band, we need like some sort of, okay, so if you're going to have horns, you have to do some sort of horn voicing or something. And then, but either way, there needs to be like we're going to solo here, we're going to like a roadmap. You see what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it's not really like a solo over the form kind of thing here. Like it
Okay.
doesn't seem like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to open up some sections maybe and yeah, get like an arrangement or like you said, like a roadmap of how to do it.
Yeah, totally. So I think that would be a good next step, and then just try to get it so you have the chords, you have a roadmap, and then we could talk about instrumentation if you already have that in mind. But if you don't, which do you?
It varies back and forth, so I'll say no.
Yeah, that's not important right now. The big picture is like you're putting together this song because you have a vibe that you want to do. Do you have a vibe for like a set or like a band?
I have a bunch of ideas like this that are on a hard drive that have just been left to die, where it's like I'll spend like an hour like riding a wave of something that I think sounds cool, and then I never revisit them. So I could try to like work out, like pick out a couple like handfuls of that, and then workshop them like we just did here, like on my own,
Mm-hmm.
and try to come up with like a set of original music.
Yeah, there you go. So I would start thinking like that, like go through some of those ideas and like whichever one is the strongest. And then for me, dude, I just do so much better if I think I have this piece of music and I'm writing this for a vision of a band, right? That has this kind of style, Like for you, it's like, it's kind of got this knee body-ish thing going on. I don't know if that's what it feels like for you, but whatever that feel is for you, like go through and listen to a couple of your other little fragments and be like, which one can I finish and also has like a consistent vibe, so we can start building like a set of music for a band that you're excited about.
Yeah, that'd be so cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, good work, dude.
Thanks so much, and yeah, thanks again for I mean, yeah, all that time. That was like super valuable, man. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear the next step. Let me know when you've got a plan for the like the roadmap and then another idea.
Okay, yeah,
Sound
we'll
cool?
do. Yep.
All right, dude. I'll see you later, okay?
All right, later, Jameson.
Bye-bye.